Okay, this is going to be a free workshop for you. A workshop that I'm charging companies around $2,000 per workshop. And it's going to be for free for you. And it's about building your personal professional brand on LinkedIn, basically. But it can be in another channel. The reason why it's free for you is because you're watching until the end. Number one, you're subscribing and you're liking this video and spending some time doing some comments. Please. So, and the reason why companies are paying me a couple $1,000s to give this workshop to their employees is because they're actually seeing a huge impact on their brand and their reach throughout channels, especially if they're B2B, but even if when they are B2C companies, they are seeing their reach and their impact and their brand in terms of when they're hiring people, etc. So it you can choose two paths if you want to become like more well known in your company in on LinkedIn or different social media. You can choose the path to spend a lot of money on ads, which some of you should. It's a good platform. It's very expensive per impression, but it works. Or you can choose a path to activate your employees. But some companies have like hundreds of employees, and this workshop is not for all the hundred of employees. This workshop is for employees who are interested and curious about it, because this benefits everyone. This benefits the employee itself, its own career, whether it is within the company they're working at or in another company they want to work at or get another job, or the company they're building themselves. So it benefits the employee itself, it benefits the company they're working currently for, and that's why the company is paying for that for them. And it benefits community and society because it's actually allowing people to reach you and find you and the value you add to the professional world easier and more effective way. So I'm going to be using the same slides I used for the workshop with the company, but I'm going to go through them faster with you guys. So, of course, this is 60 minutes because we take breaks and there's activities happening within that hour that we're working on. But the whole point is to find what is your voice and your tone and your format and what makes it easier for you to put yourself, your work, your value out there without making you feel uncomfortable. So let's skip through the first slide. By the way, this slideshow was made by Claude, not no ad or anything like that, just the tool I used. Yeah, it's to find a way to make this without you feeling awkward or cringing at yourself or finding the exact right way for you. We already said that. Why should you care? If you're already watching this video, it saves you time and effort and it connects you with the right people. It's not about the amount of people liking and viewing your stuff. It's actually the right people when it's the right people. And I give you some examples of, I can share my personal experience, which has been great, but other experiences in terms of there's 3 people be looking at my content. Why do I keep posting? Because it keeps connecting me to the right people. I keep encountering opportunities for partnerships for the businesses that I'm building, potential clients for the consulting company I'm building, like potential new partners in the consulting company. I already closed 2 deals. So it's crazy that even within very few views and audiences, I get to connect with the right people. And that's why I keep doing it, because it gives results. This is not for you to become an influencer, and this is not a video for me to convince you, everybody should be an influencer and live. No. This is for you to enhance your career through your personal brand and make like life easier for you professionally. So I know it feels weird. Nobody wants to feel awkward and judged, and this is the main reason I hear everybody saying like, I don't publish and I'm cringe and I hate LinkedIn and da 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 da. It's because they are judging others. But if you think about it, when you're judging someone else, you scroll a minute and you forgot about that person. So nobody really cares. I'm not encouraging you to do something that makes you cringe or ashamed of, but I'm just saying if you ever do that, don't worry, people get over it very fast. But this is not, I'm not here to push you to be weird. I'm not here to push you to feel uncomfortable or be cringed at. You don't have to do anything that makes you uncomfortable or cringe. The whole point is to find the way and the format and your voice and your brand archetype that makes it easy and smooth for you to share and natural. That's the word, natural. So here I'm giving some examples, and within these examples in the actual workshop, I have like a mirror board where I can share a clear example of the comedian, the meme hero, the thought leader, the bold challenger, the problem solver, the debate opener, celebration champion, storyteller, researcher. Like, you can choose what is your best archetype, or depends on the time and mood you're at. It all depends on you. In my case, I can say I have used all of them. I have not all at once, but I have sometimes I've posted a meme. I just keep saying in Spanish, a meme. And And it's just something funny about startups and the funny thing about raising capital or whatever. And that was my way of expressing that, or something about the types of humanoid robots they are out there. And that was my way of expressing that through a meme. Sometimes I am being the comedian and I am like making fun of something, or the debate opener, or I'm just telling a story and I put up my phone and I'm like, so if you go through my LinkedIn, you're going to see, I'm going to link it down below so you can, let's connect. And you can see through the content I've made is like I've done all of them, but it depends on what I'm trying to express at that moment. And then I find the archetype that is the easiest or most natural, feels the most smooth, natural for me. And then we talk about the format, which is the easiest. So after you've picked your archetype, um, before this, I encouraged people in the company specifically to think about their own careers and what they're working on. Not thinking about the company itself they're working on, but their own careers. What is that you do? What is not? It's not only your title. It's like I work at this company, and what do you do in that company? Like I drive progress through aligning the company. You're not a project manager. You drive progress aligning the teams, like a tagline that makes sense. And then what is the value you're adding? What is it that you would like to communicate about that? That like the whole idea of like, what is your value added and what you want to communicate. Then you can think of, okay, what's relevant in the industry at this moment. Oh, everybody's talking about, I don't know, Elon Musk did something and everybody's making a joke about whatever, it's relevant in that moment. And then you can choose your archetype. It's gonna feel natural, because once you think about what is the thing that you would like to communicate, you're gonna feel like, oh, it would be like, I feel more comfortable if I'm sharing it as a joke, or I feel more comfortable if I'm sharing it as a problem solver. Like, this is a problem, I have a potential solution, challenge me on that, or the challenger, or whatever. So you're gonna find your archetype based on what is it that you're trying to communicate at the moment. Then, if you don't have anything in mind, like, I don't know what I want to communicate, or think about the company you're working at, what is the value you're adding, and then what be something like a story you would like to tell. You can start with like a success story, a failure story, an inside data point from your work or business or industry, and then you can open a conversation about it. Even if but nobody comments, just the fact that you're putting yourself out there, it brings the right people. After you pick the archetype, this is the moment I ask them to pick their archetype or create their own archetype in the mirror board. I tell them this, which is the most important thing you're going to hear in this video and today in the workshop, which is your format. Meaning, not the archetype, but the format in which you're going to communicate this through LinkedIn or through any other social media channel is not the format that makes you the most proud. It's not what you're like loving the most. Is the one that is the easiest for you to do and to make. If it's complicated, if it's not easy, even if you're very proud of it and you love it and whatever, you're not going to make it, because you're not going to prioritize it, because you're not being paid for this. So it has to come easy. So I'm going to give an example. In my case, my favorite format out there is the one that is like a B-roll, even either of the person or of something else happening in the background, and then the author is actually just speaking through the story, and there's a B-roll happening. That's my favorite format. I don't do that because I don't have the time or the skill sets or the ability or the space to actually create very beautiful videos that I would be proud of, in terms of creating the B-rolls, putting it together, telling a story, creating a script, reading through the script, making the voice and editing everything, putting it together and post it on LinkedIn. No, since that's my favorite, what I would be the most proud of. That's great, but that's not the easiest for me. The easiest for me is to write some text and post it and tag people. The easiest for me is entering the conversations in other people's comments, which we're going to go there later on, in how to enhance your engagement, if that's what interests you. And then but the easiest for me is to, like, suddenly I have an idea and I'm gonna go for a coffee break and I just take my phone and put it there. The other day I was just folding my sourdough, yeah, my sourdough dough, and I hadn't thought about freaking female health tech and the capitalism, and I just recorded and played, and that's it, because that's the easiest for me. So think about easy, so you get it done, more than beautiful, proud, and perfect. Now, well, this is why it matters. I already explained the format options. You have many. We can talk about it in detail. We don't need to, but it's just text. And here I also share examples. If we're in the workshop, I'm going to share examples and like how the text can be super impactful. A carousel B-roll video, which is what I like the most, but very few people do it because it's very complicated and tiring. Talking head is I also what I do a lot because it's the easiest, not because it's my favorite. You can create polls, you can have text and image, you can do short loop or whatever. So many. So yes, I do. This is what I share already. I do what it's easier for me, faster in 5 minutes. The beautiful secret in what I say, and I have a video of that in my Instagram, is do you remember what I posted last week? No? Well, me neither. The beautiful thing is that the worst case scenario, maybe it's cringy what you just posted. But first of all, nobody cares. 2 minutes later after they see it, if it's cringe someone, nobody they're gonna forget about it. And the beautiful thing is that the few people that actually care, they're gonna connect with you, you're gonna reach them. It's crazy, but it does work. The other day I remember who reached out to me and said, "Oh, I love your video." They don't remember what I spoke about on the talking head video, but they remembered me and they said they liked it and they referred and they loved the storytelling, but they had completely forgotten about the message itself. Still, they connected with me and we ended up being partners. But anyways, that's just a weird example. One big tip that I want to go through before we forget, which is maybe that's the final thing. Who are you even talk to and keeps posting before? Yeah, this is like think about who you want to target. In this case, for example, some of the companies that have hired me to give this workshop, they have a very clear objective and per month or something. It's like this is our target market, and it's like people working in consumer goods industry in Germany. Okay, great. So you have what are they talking about? What is relevant for them? What makes them feel something? And the secret here is think about something that can make them feel something: anger, happiness, love, excitement, curiosity. Like it has to provoke a feeling to the people that you're trying to target. So this is just trying to be more strategic. But if all you want is to just start with the habit of activating yourself, even if you're not talking about the company, if you're just like sharing something, your thoughts or something you believe in or whatever, just having your name and the tagline, it's going to benefit the company and your professional career. One thing I wanted to, the key, one little secret, and I do share it in a different structure and with different images there, is that before when we do this workshop in the companies, what we do is we create a Slack channel. And in that Slack channel or whatever chat thing they use internally, it's a channel and it's a group where we have all the people who are participating in this workshop. So nobody feels uncomfortable because they are all part of this. Sometimes we do invite everyone in the company. So you can, even if you don't participate in the workshop proactively, you can benefit from this. And the whole channel has 3 instructions, which is every time you post something on LinkedIn and you want everybody to engage with it early enough so you get early impressions and enough engagement, post it here, and we're all committed to, like, whenever we see someone posted in that channel, they all click and you decide. You don't have to like all of them, but you can like, share, comment, and do whatever you want. And that way that initial group doesn't feel like, oh, I posted and there was crickets, nobody shared, which is an awkward feeling. Even though it doesn't matter, it is an awkward feeling. So to avoid that, this is a secret: create a Slack channel, a group channel where you commit that anyone posting is going to post it there and everybody's going to like, share, and comment that initially to give it some boost in the beginning. But this is I wanted to do it as fast as possible and I did it. I'm proud of that. Anyways, in reality, the workshop there, we do give examples and the people participate and they share their ideas and I share images. I'm going to put here some images so you can see them, or maybe in the slides that I shared, of some examples of founders that are doing a great job. Like, remember that the brands right now, or people are consuming from people, they are not consuming from brands anymore. It's not like General Motors. It's like who's behind it. It's not Tesla. It's Elon Musk. It's like who is behind. It's not Poppy Drinks. It's the woman behind it. I forgot her name. Shit. And the worst part is that I forgot her name, and I really admire her. Crazy. Anyways, so think about it when you're like building your brand and stuff. It's about the human behind the brand. So a lot of founders have understood this and they are finding their tone of voice and format and publishing their way to give the visibility to their company. There's one company called Central. I really like them because they are the funniest posts on LinkedIn I've seen there. And that is their archetype and their tone of voice, and they're making big time fun of everybody in the startup world. And they get such engagement. And once in a while, it's not every time, but like every 3-4 posts they have one that is like, zoom in to see their responses to all your problems. And it's like the tiny but they're hidden logo of their company, or hire us to whatever, like very salesy but in a funny way, and it's not every post, so it's actually very, yeah, nice and interactive. So let me know if this was too fast and you would like to deep dive in all of the areas, or if we could do that. We should do one live, like a real workshop with the Miro board and the details, and not making like a 60-minute workshop into 5 minutes. So you can actually do it for yourself. And the goal after this 60 minutes is always that every single participant of this workshop ends up publishing something, because then we go through the process not only of understanding their archetype and their tone of voice and what makes them comfortable, what makes it easy for them, what is interested, what is their target, what is their objective. Not only we go through all that process, but we also push through the feeling of do it, just post, like get over that initial fear. So let me know if you want a workshop for your company. Share with you. It's with growthfist.com. I'll share the link so you can reach out in that case. And thank you so much for watching, and see you next.